Hello students, this is Deepika Baskar from G.K.Jain schools. Today I am going to take class for first standard, subject EVS, and the topic name is living and non-living things. Before going to the session, please subscribe our YouTube channel G.K.Jain schools so that you never miss any new updates from our school. Shall we move on to the topic, children? Living and non-living things. What is that living and non-living? Is nothing but, for example, we are all human beings. We are all called as living things. We are playing with our toys, isn't it? With the dogs, so that are called as non-living things. That means the dolls, they do not need food, they do not drink water, they won't grow, they do not move by themselves. But you know, children, living things have some special characteristics. Let me explain you about that in one by one. Harini, she is a small girl. She is living with her parents. She is having two things in her hand. One is a pet animal. Her name is Tommy. And the another one is a doll, a small toy. So, for the pet animal, she is giving food, she is giving water, and she is taking care of that pet animal, Tommy. But for the doll, she won't give food, she won't give water. The doll cannot move by themselves. She won't produce the young one also. But a Tommy, that is a dog, okay, that's a puppy. It can produce the younger ones. A small puppy, they can produce. So, living things. What are the characteristics of living things? Living things are nothing but human beings, animals, birds, insects, plants. These are all comes under living thing. How? Because these are the things they need food to live. Example, for the tree, they need water, sunlight, soil and air. So, for the growth of the plant, these are the things is very essential. For animals, you know, children, they are also eating food. Human beings, without food, how can we live, students? Yes, it is impossible. So, we need food, water and shelter. So, these are the basic needs for human beings. So, in that, food and water are essential need for the human beings to live. Animals, example, if we take dog, it eats food, isn't it? Cat, it drinks milk. So, here milk is a food for the cat. For tiger, the flesh of the other animal, that is the food for the tiger and lion. Or for the wild animals, the flesh of the other animal is the food for the wild animals. Plants. So, whenever we are watering to the plant, it will grow nicely. Under favorable condition, what does mean by favorable? So, it needs proper sunlight, water, air and soil. From the soil only it gets the nutrition to the plant. So, these are the basic things needed for the living things. Characteristics are there. What are they? Living things, they can eat food. Without food, they cannot live. They can grow. So we are growing from a baby to an adult. Isn't it? Day by day we are all growing. Breathe. We are just intaking the oxygen and releasing the carbon dioxide. That is called breathing. If we want to live, we need oxygen. So we are taking the oxygen from the air and we are exhaling it. We are releasing the carbon dioxide. Next one, produce their young ones. For example, dog produces their young one as a puppy. Cat produces their young one as a kitten. Human beings produces their young one as a baby. We are all from our parents. Okay. So for the plants, you may ask that for the plants how they are producing their young ones? Through the seeds. Through the seeds I can grow a new plant. So that is the young one of the plants. Feel. They can feel the senses. If I am touching any hot thing, I can say that is hot. If I am touching any cold thing, I can say that is cold. If someone is beating me, that time someone is pinching me. So that time I can feel the senses. What we will do? When someone is beating or someone is pinching you, you will cry, isn't it? So we are feeling the senses. Move. That means I am just moving from one place. Movement. Movement is nothing but from one place to another place. We are moving from one place to another place. By walk or by run, we can move, isn't it? So if we take a doll, it won't move from one place to another. If for the living things, they have certain characteristics. For the non-living things, they are directly opposite to that. Because for the living things, they need food, water, and they can move from one place to another place. They can breathe, they can produce their young ones. But in non-living things, they do not eat food. They do not move from one place to another place. They do not breathe. They do not produce their young ones. They do not feel. So all the characteristics are opposite to the living things. In this notebook, does it need food? No. Non-living things, they do not eat food. They do not grow. They do not breathe. They don't want any air for the breathing. They do not have young ones. They do not feel. They do not move. So these are the special characteristics only for the living things. This side I have written the characteristics of living things. This side for non-living things. First one. So these are all vegetables, fruits, fish, milk and meat. Okay, so you can see here. So we need these kinds of food to live because our body is getting energy from the food what we eat. So that we need energy to do any activity. So from the food only we are getting energy. So we need food to live. But for the non-living things, they do not need food to live. For example, if you take a doll, it do not need the food to live. Breathe. We are just inhaling the oxygen. We are just breathing, isn't it? Through the nose. So we are just intaking the oxygen and releasing the carbon dioxide. Okay, the unwanted air will be released through the nose only. Okay, so that means we are just intaking the oxygen and releasing the carbon dioxide. For us to live, we need oxygen. That is important. They do not breathe. If you take a doll, it won't breathe. Grow. So we can see from the small sapling, it will grow as a big and strong tree. You may ask that, how the plant is moving from one place to another place? No, they are growing towards the sunlight. So that is the movement of the plants. Okay, so we are all moving by walk or run, but the plants are moving towards the sunlight. Okay, next one. Here the non-living things do not grow. It won't grow. Movement. Let me show you this. Okay, this is a small cat. Okay, what is this? This is a small cat. It can move from this place to this place by walk or by run. Okay, I'll just show you. Okay, it can move from one place to another place. Okay, but here in non-living things, they do not move. They never move from one place to another place. If we keep anything on a table, if we keep any non-living thing, for example, if we take a pencil, that is also a non-living thing. If we take a pencil, I'll keep it on a table, it won't move by itself. We have to take, or we have to shift it from one place to another place. But here all the living things can move from one place to another place. Okay, all the animals, insects, they can fly. Birds, they can fly in the sky. We are human beings. We are also moving from one place to another place. So that is called movement. That means we are moving from one place to another place. Next one, they can have their baby. For the plants, the seeds are called as the young ones of the plants. And here you can see the small puppy, isn't it? So puppy is the young one of dog. Young one of tiger is a cub. Young one of lion, that is also cub. Young one of cow, that is calf. So these are the young ones of living things. But here they don't have babies. They do not produce their young ones. Okay students, let me show you some examples for living things. Is it living or non-living thing? You can see, what is this? Yes, correct. This is a butterfly. What is this? This is a butterfly. Does it grow? Yes, it can grow. Does it move? Yes, it can fly from one place to another place. What food does it eat? It collects the nectar from the flowers. So nectar is the food for the butterfly. It drinks nectar. Nectar is a honey-like fluid from the flowers. It drinks. These are the characteristics of living thing. So this is a butterfly. It grows. It moves from one place to another place. It needs food to live. Student, next one. What is this? What is this? This is a pencil. What is this? This is a pencil. We are going to identify whether this pencil is a living or non-living thing. Does it grow? So when we are buying one pencil, after 2 days 1 inch or 2 inch is increased in their size? No, there is no change in the size of the pencil. That means it doesn't grow. Okay, so no. Does it grow? No. Does it breathe? Is it breathing? No. Does it need food? We are giving any food to our pencil or pen? No, we are not giving any food to the pencil, isn't it? So, live. So, you can see this is a pencil. It doesn't grow, it doesn't breathe, doesn't need food to live. So, that is why this is called non-living thing. Okay, children, today we have learnt about living and non-living things. Thank you, students.